Hey everyone. Alright, so we're here at Lake Natoma. This is the Nimbus fish hatchery kind of area. So we're just gonna fill this guy right here out. What is the date? Please? Okay. Alright. Lake Natoma. If you see the birds right there, that's the Canadian goose that we get a lot of. And then behind them is, well, some species of seagull. So I'm gonna try to rush you guys watching at home through this process. Now, the next part here is we're gonna inflate the secondary layer, which is basically the floor or the seat of the kayak. Hi, honey. Hi, doggy. If you want water, it's right here. Got the kayak inflated down there on the shore, and I'm happy with how that looks. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my pupper. Come in. Here we are. Feels cool plus weird getting back out into the water. Good boy. All right, baby. I'm gonna want you to sit right here. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, way out in retrospect, I wanted to add this little note before I render the whole video. Our kayak is the Intex Challenger K2. It is an inflatable kayak, and it's very economical. So far, I'm a pretty big fan of it, and I hope to take it on a bunch of little gentle, calm adventures. Being an inflatable, it does not have the best tracking, and it's also a bit on the slower side. You got any questions about that? Please feel free to ask me in the comments. Alright, back to the video. You are such a good dog. Good boy, Allie. 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 Allie, good boy. You're a good boy. Whoa, what's that? Oh, love. Oh, doggy love. You're such a good boy. Did you know that? You're a good boy. You're such a good boy. You are such an absolutely wonderful dog. And I love you. I know there is actually some really cool stuff over there. See if the pathway is open, because it's somewhere in like the reeds. I don't know exactly where in the reeds that it is, but it's somewhere in the reeds. So there is the possibility that I either passed it up, haven't gotten to it yet, or equally kind of likely, Lake Natoma, from what I remember being told, is a man-made lake. It was artificially put here, I believe, kind of as like an aqueduct or something like that from the American River. I'll fact check all of this before I just go and misinform you. It's a man-made lake, and as a result, there is at least some degree of possibility that it was, like, I don't know, filled? I guess it could have been filled. Good boy, good boy. Now, whether that's the case or not, still have yet to determine. We aren't past all of the reeds just yet. You could usually paddle out to it and kind of go see what's up with all that, but it has been literally like 11 or 12 years. So really, honestly, pardon all of this, pardon me, pardon my inaccuracies. You doing good? You doing good, best boy? He is doing remarkably well. He has been such a good adventure companion. Like, it's not even funny. I mean, it's awesome. Day 97. Lost at sea. I don't know if anybody will ever find us, or if anybody will ever see these video logs. I just have 350 GoPro batteries left. So right now I'm facing in the direction of where we kicked offshore, and it's really satisfying, I guess. There's not much of another way for me to put it. It's really satisfying to see that progress, especially because it's a weird thing, paddle boating. On one hand, you're kind of working really hard. On another hand, it is a very efficient way to travel. I guess that would explain why so many cultures across the world took up some form of paddle boating across bodies of water, right? But yeah, it's really beautiful. Fun fact for anybody who's watching this and doesn't know me extra well, I am a huge fan of overcast weather. I way prefer it to like super sunny weather. I pretty well prefer it to like rainy or gusting weather. Maybe the only thing I like more than overcast is maybe snow, but even then that has like a lot of little downsides to it. But hey, you know what? All weather is good for something, and that's pretty awesome. Anyway, I pointed us back in the direction we were originally going, and I'm just gonna paddle on down. Let's go and get a look at some of those like lake houses, and I might have passed it up, but if I didn't, I would love to see if the old rope swing is still over there. There was a rope swing back when I was a kid, and man, people loved that thing. I don't even know who it belonged to or does belong to, if it's still there. Whoever put it there, you know, you're a local hero. I think it should be fine for us to paddle out there and make this kind of like a fast forward bit. So we're gonna do that. Man, Some of those walkways are so cool. Some of those walkways, like, I don't know, they had to have been there when I was a kid, but I just don't remember it looking this cool. I'm gonna go ahead and change out to the second battery because I went ahead and kind of messed up. I thought I was conserving battery really well, but apparently I was not. I just wanted to comment on, like, look at this rock foundation. Look at how some of it has just, like, started to crumble away into Lake Natoma. So, I should mention, the battery died on me. And naturally, as one does in such a situation, I went ahead and tried to put the second battery in. Now, I dropped the second battery. Not only did I drop the second battery, I dropped the second battery back into its own bag. And here's the most upsetting part. I genuinely started to believe, after searching for like 10 solid minutes, I started to believe, you know, oh, I guess I dropped it into the lake and it made no noise. Freaky. Alright, so we're back out on the lake. I decided I'm gonna get a little bit further out, and we're going to very intentionally make this footage a bit more choppy. Instead of continuous shots, we're gonna do more like segmented shots. So, I don't know. Bear that in mind. Alright, next scene. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe. I don't know why I can't believe, but I cannot believe the rope swing is still there. Let's brake so I don't go too close to these geese. Allie might think they're friendly. They're very much not friendly. And I don't know, they might see the dog and just not even think about me. I don't want to deal with all that. Man, that is so cool. I cannot believe. I wonder how recently. You know, what's the most recent that somebody's used it? 2 days ago? Several months ago? There's no way it hasn't been touched since I was a kid. I strongly doubt that. But, you know, just like, that's, I don't know, I'm very curious. How recent? What kind of tree is this? I thought it was a sweet gum, but it's definitely not a sweet gum. It's got some kind of very odd fruiting body on it. Oh wow. I guess the shore here is super steep. I was expecting to like push off. Whatever. Alright. Next scene. Little good boy here he was laying in my lap for a while. It was really convenient and really cute. And then just randomly he decided, you know, I'm good to sit up. I want to sit. Oh, he is so absolutely precious. I love him. Do you hear that? I love you. I felt like I really needed to get a shot of him once he went back to doing what he was doing with the whole laying on me thing. Oh, cutie. Oh, you cutie pie pup. Oh, man. Really starting to feel it in my arms and, like, my back. I think there's a little bit of a core workout in doing this, too. I know paddleboarding, the ones that you stand on, I realize that is very core intensive. So, I mean, shout out to you guys if you're paddleboarders watching this video. You're pretty awesome. Definitely something I want to try someday. So these are some of the rocky areas. I almost want to call them like pebble mounds or something like that. But that would just be the illusion because I'm looking at it from far away. All of those rocks are actually at least the size of like a softball, and many of them are much bigger. Lake Natoma has a few like shores that are literally just made of like piles and piles of rocks. All I can tell you is that it's a man-made lake, and I believe a lot of those rocks were just brought here. Another fun fact is that with the way that this lake was kind of made or set up, pretty much you see that these rocks come up out of the side in like a kind of slope, don't they? But the thing is that they really aren't forming a slope at all. They kind of are like weird lumpy ridges on a big bowl. That is to say that if you were to step down into the lake from those rocky shores, well, I'll just tell you, you would fall, like you would plunge into the lake. Not necessarily super mega ultra deep, but it's very steep. And so you kind of got to be careful, especially if you are not really aware of what you're getting into and you're kayaking and you're like, you know what, I want to shore up on those rocks. Well, no, don't do that. You're gonna have a bad time. Not only will you have to like paddle as hard as you can to basically ram the kayak onto the rocks and get it ashore, or go super ultra parallel to the shore and then like try to stumble out onto it. Not only all of those unsavory things, the other reality is there's nothing really over here. There are some trees, there are tons of rocks, not really much going on in the way of like cool stuff for you to look at. I mean, maybe there's something I'm not thinking of. Maybe like you could probably find some crawdads hiding here and there, but oh, and river clams. There are definitely freshwater clams all around the shore of this lake. I have a funny story about that, but I'd rather not talk about it right now. Anyway, look at this dog. This dog is looking so dang noble and cool. Just looking off into the distance all wistfully. So a big part of why the battery is draining really fast is because I accidentally set the whole thing to record in 4K 60 FPS, but I decided to roll with it. Now that makes me wonder, can you guys see the paddleboarder out there? I find it so funny that I was literally just talking about paddleboarders, and then I see one, like, I don't know, 3 minutes later. So I'm looking at these hills here, and I'm noticing how it slopes up, and we've got like this green face for much of it, and then we've got this area where it looks like there was something of like a little bit of a mud slide kind of situation. Now, up at the tippity top, there seems to be like this guardrail looking thing, a fence maybe, and I wonder if it's acting as like a support. The only reason that I'm really curious about that is there's something kind of similar over there, but there isn't a support there. Maybe they just haven't gotten around to it yet. Anyway, I'm thinking the battery's probably getting kind of low, and I had a really cool plan, or I don't know, it's cool to me, right? I had a neat plan for heading back. And that's basically just to head on back. I decided to do a nice little 360 for you guys watching at home, but let's do a little 90-degree turn to the right. And I'm gonna take a quick peek at the battery level, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, that the right call is for us to just zoom on back, and I'll make that like a cool fast forward shot with some breaks and some music maybe. You want some music? Alright, yeah, the battery is looking not terrible, but just low enough to where I'm thinking the right call, thank you buddy, good boy, is for us to just paddle on back. I'm gonna make it a little cardio thing for myself, and just paddle back as fast as I feel like I can, with a little bit of a pace effort, or pace kind of aspect to it. Watching at home, it's Faye, and I'm just behind my computer screen here about 5 in the morning. I'm just looking over the last few details here. I wanted to thank you for sticking with us and going on this little kayaking trip with us. I just wanted to give you a heads up. As soon as I'm done talking, more or less, get ready for Allie to almost fall in the lake. I do actually catch him. Anyway, I just wanted to thank all of you watching for sticking through the video this long into it. It's, you know, these always wind up being longer than I planned. I just don't like cutting out very much because at the end of the day, I am kind of making them for myself to look back on years and years later. Regardless, let's go ahead and just enjoy the rest of this really beautiful track. And thank you to KaizanBlu for making all of this beautiful music and not copyrighting any of it. Total hero. 아리, もうすぐ帰るぞ。 遠くに立たないで。You've got a life jacket, but I don't want to deal with that much stuff right now. 僕に立ってもいいですよ。落ちないでね。落ちないで。Home stretch right here. It's so cool. It's so cool to glide on the water like this. Any of you out there have never tried kayaking or paddle boating or canoeing or anything like that, please give it a shot. I mean, take all the proper safety precautions, you know, wear your personal flotation device, make sure you know the ins and outs of your kayak. Aw, he's watching birds. And, you know, take frequent breaks. There were many times in the video that you're not gonna see where I just chilled out and let my muscles stop feeling, I don't know, so much of the lactic acid kind of build-up, burn kind of feeling. Such a neat feeling to be rowing to shore and or paddling to shore or whatever, and to see my car. It's weird because, again, last time I did this, I might have been 13, and I'm 25 years old now. Ugh. Yeah, I definitely did not own a car at the budding young age of 13. I can kind of say that with a good deal of confidence. Let me just try to make it so that where I go ashore, it's free of huge rocks, which could be a problem for the kayak, and then close to the car so that I can walk alley back pretty quickly and let him get some water and cool off in there while I take care of disassembling this big boy. Don't do that. Aww, I love you, cutie boy. You need a nap, don't you? You need a nice, chill nap. Want to go hop on your bed and relax all your cares away in a cute little puppy nap. That small motorboat was coming back around. It scared me. I did not hear it until it was reasonably close. I wonder if the GoPro will pick it up. Probably. This thing's kind of awesome about picking up stuff that I assumed it would not be able to. Stuff that I would assume is, you know, out of its range, out of its scope, maybe too far off, but it really does take proper wide shots. Not even like some kind of like a sad excuse for a wide shot. No, it takes some pretty proper ones, I'll tell ya. Let me see here. No, oh, sorry, Allie. Kind of rocky. Trying to figure out, like, where did I actually set the kayak when I was getting started? Oh, maybe it was right here. Probably right here, actually. Okay. All right. Now that was cool. That was heckin' awesome, if I do say so myself. Do you wanna jump out, Allie? It's okay. It's okay. I got your leash. It's okay. It's okay. It is a-okay, Buffy boy. My pupper. Oh, man. I'm gonna take care of this guy and take care of that. Hey, so if you guys like the video, just go ahead and leave us a like and comment down below telling us, you know, what your favorite parts of this whole experience were on your end. If you want to see more content like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We will produce as often as we can. And if you guys have any suggestions, or if you have any questions about the kayak, the camera, me or Allie, well, I'm more than happy to answer those. Until next time, we're gonna go dry off and get some warm food. Huh, buddy? Alright. Bye, everyone. Say bye, Allie.